The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy, Luke, and Arif football machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Great cash, homie.
Starts now.
Yeah, something to F with the board again.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. I'm sorry, guys.
No, thank you.
We'll be able to start right away, unfortunately.
Damn it.
All right. Welcome back to Thunderdome for another Zone Coverage Football Machine, Zone Coverage Podcast Network. I'm your nuts all about Andy Carlson at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine, and I have equity, more equity than Hercules Mataafa gets buying a vowel on Wheel of Fortune.
That isn't actually. I think that works the wrong way, but okay. I think he has to sell the vowels.
Isn't it a flat cost though? Like,
that's true. Yeah, you just buy a vowel and it's like A,
yeah.
and then
where it's like if there's like 7 A's, and then you're like, oh, I
that's a deal, really.
I returned this. I have the receipt. Joining me as always, Arif Hasan.
Hey,
I'm following Twitter at Arif Hasan NFL. Hey, what was your original Twitter handle? What was the OG Kush?
I think it was just Arif Hasan DN back when I was at the Daily Norseman.
Yeah. You should have kept it, but then rebranded what the DN stood for. Like, don't knock. Wait, that's okay.
That makes it work, actually, I think.
Also,
Dat and win.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say?
Dat win.
Dat win.
Oh, God.
The pride of Texas A&M. Just bringing the lumber. I think he was number 9. I don't know why I know that, but... He was
I mean,
decent.
if anybody were to know that, it would be you.
Joining me, Luke is not here. He's on sabbatical. He's
sabbatical.
He's finding himself. He is.
What would Luke's Holy Land be?
Paxson.
You say like Maplewood right now?
Which is a little unfair because high school me, like also college me, like Paxson. That was the place. Like you got all the Hurley shirts, you got all the get the buckle jeans. And you're like,
do you think there's a cardboard cutout of Luke or something in that store? Maybe an image.
Yeah.
No, it's just Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Owen Wilson. Yeah.
So like that's like the prayer he utters when he circles the Paxson 7 times when he does pilgrimage. Wow.
He's like in the middle of the parking lot. Like, like, sir, come on, that's a prime spot. Get out of it.
No, because I keep trying to. Cause I can never get the Wilson brothers straight, but good rule of thumb. This is for everyone, by the way.
So Luke and Owen both have the screwed up noses, so I hope that helps.
Yeah. So Owen Wilson looks like Luke.
Yeah.
Inman.
Yes.
Which is confusing. But Luke Wilson sounds like Matthew Collar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Voice doppelganger.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Luke Wilson in more Wes Anderson movies than Owen Wilson? I believe he is.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I like them.
The Wes Anderson movies?
No, the brothers.
The Wilson brothers.
Yeah, the Wilson brothers.
Yeah, I guess I like both.
Also working the board is Tom Ferreira, Teacher Arthur. Hey.
Do you like our decorated room? We got
It's bad. I still
Wild playoffs they screwed up in, Twins playoffs they screwed up in, Derek Williams jersey.
That's perfect. I have an Adrian Peterson poster I should bring.
I like that. I'm
Yeah.
going to find Johnny Flynn. We're going to have both Derek Williams and Johnny Flynn.
Yeah.
I have a question. What was it? The Steelers that started the towel fad?
It's got to be the terrible towel.
Yeah, because,
I would imagine.
Because now I understand like the Homer hanky. It's a little bit OG for us, but now like every single playoff team's like, all right, well, we gotta have the towels.
Yeah, and like there's dumb stuff.
It does create a cool visual effect on TV.
It does. So like the Jets having everyone in white looks great, especially when it's north and it's cold and all that. But white noise.
I assume you mean the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah. But white noise doesn't make sense because white noise is not loud or whatever. You know what I mean? So like
it's relaxing.
Yeah. So they have on their display white noise.
Also, white noise is just like Avril Lavigne in Sum 41. Also Canadian, so it works with the Winnipeg motif.
Wow.
The Homer Hanky,
Bring it
though,
home.
I feel like the Homer Hanky and Dome Dog are the only thing that came out of the Metrodome, like, that anyone remembers, right?
Well, I mean, it depends on whether or not you bought a trough.
True.
The baggie.
Yeah, right.
The baggie. But what would the football equivalent? What would the Vikings equivalent? There's nothing.
Is there one?
I mean, the Dome Dog, technically, right? That was.
Everyone associates that with baseball, though.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a hot dog. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably narrow concourse that, as people put on weight.
They were bad.
People put on weight throughout the football seasons. Like initially, shoulder to shoulder, you get 8 fans through.
Yeah.
Week 17, you get 4. 3 if one of them is a Packer or Bears fan interloper.
Right.
Yeah. That place sucked, but it was awesome. Because I remember going there as a kid. It's like, wow, this is the cathedral of, this is the greatest arena in sports history. This is amazing.
That's definitely what you must have thought as a kid.
Well, like even as a kid, like I thought the Mayo Civic Center is like, wow, this is Mecca.
I'll say for football it was fine. Like it's
really
right.
For baseball it's worse. I agree. Yeah.
When I went to San Francisco the first time for a game, I was like, oh, this is like what it's supposed to be like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, let's be honest. That thing was built for monster truck rallies.
Yeah.
That's it.
It completely.
Kinda,
and
motocross.
Even, you know what?
Yeah.
Even the current stadium kind of is. But, it's great for football. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
fantastic for football.
But
it's not made for concerts. That's for sure.
Yes, so it's made more. So you think of secondary events there. It's definitely more for monster
truck
trucks
rallies
than it is for concerts.
Apparently, it does really well as a soccer stadium. From all the exhibition games that they're having. That I
think
guess
if MLS was
United
big-
cannot play in.
Yeah, because it's too big for. Although Atlanta,
They had plans though to make it smaller and cozier for
here's the other
United
truth.
games.
It's because
the Wolves don't own the team. Yeah.
But that is all. It's okay.
I mean, the real truth is that it's not outdoors and it's not natural grass. That's the real reason, of course. That's what the MLS says. That's
the only
absolutely
reason the Atlanta MLS teams draw is because Atlanta is a very proud professional sports town.
Yeah, that's
them.
The DC area, and Phoenix.
I know. Did you see
the DC MLS team has an actual proud history?
And actually, and I would say like the Capitals fans seem pretty. Now who knows? But
they thought they won the Stanley Cup. Like, congratulations, getting out of the second round.
I did think this was funny that they're like long suffering. They claim to be long suffering sports fans when the first time I think a DC team has ever gone to the Western Conference Finals, like in any sport.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's kind of like Phoenix. Like Phoenix has had Atlanta, technically. The Braves forever were good and only won once. But,
I forgot that the Atlanta Thrashers were a thing. Anyways, this is off-season talk. But today we're talking, we're going to go position by position, talk about the rookies, who's got a chance to make the squad and whatnot. Going to play a little Gimme the Odds. We also got Yinka Ayinde coming on in.
At some point.
He'll be here on time.
No.
Yinka time.
I think we've talked about this, but behind the curtain, like we intentionally start the show before Yinka gets here just to make it on brand.
Yeah,
which is funny. But that is all.
I mean, but he is late. Like it's not. It's not entirely manufactured.
Give Zone Coverage a follow on the Twitter machine at Zone Coverage MN. Also subscribe for some insight and some awesomeness, especially over the summer. We got our Twins crew. We got Tom and Brandon. Cranking away.
So I was in Chicago. I think we're going to go down to Kansas City. We'll try to do a little traveling. Otherwise, very extensive coverage for the Minnesota Twins.
See, great thing is that the Twins were initially ass, but the AL Central is so much ass that now that they're playing well, they're slightly better than ass.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is it's so different than football. It's right. It's an everyday sport. You're never going to have a football game. Well, actually, there was a football game canceled, wasn't there, in Florida? But rarely you're going to have those canceled. At least the players are claiming now that they're playing regularly, they're not having snowouts, which actually happened.
Yeah,
they're winning.
It's so great.
I do like. I can't remember last time I actually sat down and watched a baseball game. Actually, like when the Twins got rocked by the Yankees in the playoffs last year. But I like that. From any time 11 a.m. Central Time till like 2 a.m. Central Time, there's probably a baseball game going.
Yeah, so I will say this. I think it's the easiest sport to follow if you're not watching. You can either listen on the radio, which is great. I think they have a
So it'd be great for
Daredevil.
In the show, he actually is a huge baseball fan. I think maybe
for what team?
I don't. The Marvel
just likes
teams
the
aren't
sport.
real. Like
But I mean, seriously, it is a sport that you can follow just with either updates if you read the paper or have them on your phone or whatever, or listening on the radio.
All right, speaking of fake sports teams in comic book movies, so the Gotham Rogues are freaking awesome, even though Roethlisberger tries to retire from the Rogues every other year. Also, they have Mike Wallace for some reason, and Bill Cowher still coaching. But
Cyborg almost played for them, and then he became a cyborg. Unfortunate.
I mean, things get in the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
We all have dreams.
That's the ultimate PED. I'm part robot. But what threw me off is, all right, so I love the Christopher Nolan Batman movies because they're...
What threw you off was that Hines Ward is a kick returner.
No, like they're rooted in reality, but they're playing like their big rival is from Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm like, they could put a team out there.
What? It's a lot like the NFL in like the 1930s when you had like Potsdam and like the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, Duluth. Yeah,
Duluth Eskimos.
Yeah, I think so.
It might be. Yeah, it was the Eskimos. Yeah. But yeah, the Frankfurt Yellow Dogs or whatever. Yeah. So those are the championships that the Packers fan love to claim when they're like 13 championships, and it's like, there were like 12 teams, none of them played 11 games.
Yeah, no. So on SciShow we came up with XFL teams, and those are like XFL locations. Like you put Fort Wayne, or like Fort Wayne gets 2 teams.
Fort Wayne gets 2 teams.
Like Rapid City's definitely in there. Like,
Birmingham, I think, has an XFL team, and that's
definitely.
like
they did.
That's like the perfect overlap between reality and like the way I would craft an XFL league in my head. That's hilarious.
Also, the Memphis Maniacs, come on down.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Except they're actually in Arkansas. Like they can't even afford to be in Memphis.
The Fayetteville Maniacs.
The Minnesota XFL team is going to be based in like Wilmer or something like that.
I could see being Rochester.
St. Cloud.
Big city like Rochester.
Yeah.
St. Cloud. I feel like St. Cloud needs this.
No, they'll play at the RCTC Jabroni Field, which is small for high school standards. But whatever. Actually,
the thing I like about a Rochester team is that people will consistently confuse it as being from New York.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
What
perfect
about
XFL.
two Rochester teams in the league?
What about one from Austin, Minnesota, and one from
Austin,
Rochester?
Tejas.
Oh God, Cleveland, Minnesota, city of 700. We were doing this.
Little Canada.
All right, Tom, why don't you go let Yinka in? We'll start breaking this thing down. Yeah. All right, so going through position by position, talking from the rookies' angle. So quarterbacks, Peter Pujols.
I still have not watched a snap, but his stats are bad.
Peter Pujols. But other than that, like above or below Wes Lunt?
I'm above.
Above or below Joel Stave?
Above. The thing is, I assume, until I get evidence the otherwise, that Peter Pujols or Peter Pujols, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think we have to call him Pujols. And also, it's really creepy. He looks like Heineke.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Wait, how tall is he?
6'2", though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's like Heineke. Like, you ever notice, like, if there's a string of brothers, whether it's 2 or 3, like, the younger brother will always be, like, larger than So, like, the Ayendes is a perfect example.
Yeah, the Ayendes. I'm taller than my brother. He won't admit it.
What?
Yeah. I have a brother. He's older.
I know. No, how tall is your brother?
It's like less than an inch shorter than me. It's not a big difference.
So he's 4'8".
But yeah, I assume at the moment that Peter Pujols is an average level undrafted free agent quarterback, and based off of my feelings about Wes Lunt and Joel Stave and Mitch Leidner, he would be below that. He would be above that line. And then
put
probably
him above Leidner.
And then probably it's real tough for me to do.
I don't even know where Holy Cross is.
And then isn't it Pennsylvania? Take a look.
I think it's Massachusetts.
Holy Cross football. So College of the Holy Cross. GoHolyCross.com. So that's nice.
Wait, they have a .com, not a .edu?
Well, it might be that their booster page or their athletics page is at .com.
Yeah. God, I wonder what their mascot is.
The Crusaders.
No, it'd have to be the Shallow Lows. Shallow Low Crossers one time?
Oh, that would be good, except it's actually the Crusaders, and that's a little awkward.
That's fine. Yinka Ayinde up in the building.
It is Massachusetts, you're right.
Aha, bam. So what you're saying is...
Holy Cross?
Yeah.
Worcester, yeah.
Oh, we should have waited for the Catholic to come back.
Well, it's where Bill Simmons went to college.
Great.
How are your...
I know some people went.
How are your 2-hour Easter services, by the way?
Oh, it's not great.
where it's like
standing, sitting, kneeling, standing, sitting,
Is
kneeling.
that 2 hour?
That's the main. That's the main reason that I am
typical
Minnesota
black service.
Lutheran, because it is like it's almost like the pastor's double parked. It's like, all right, 45, we staying alive. Deuces. Peace be with you. Deuces with you too. Sorry, Yinka.
Deuces be with you.
I was just saying that like a 2 hour Easter service just sounds like a regular Black Sunday for us, for Black.
What's that? What's
Uncle
the
Trey's
Blues?
wearing that baggy suit from Men's Warehouse.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Blues Brothers?
The what?
The Blues Brothers when they walk into the black church.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's amazing. Like very.
Now, I've been asking this for everyone this week.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Yinka to get here, but
XFL team.
what is everyone's stance on potato salad?
Oh wow! How did this become controversial?
Wait, is there a controversy? Has Vikings Twitter been arguing about this or what?
Yeah, because I brought it up. A lot of people hate.
I'm not a huge fan
salad.
of potato salad.
I-
It's kind of just like
I freaking love potato salad.
I'm on Yinka's side.
I love potato salad. It sucks I can't have as much as I want, because
I
as
would-
a kid, it was like,
if I'm going to a barbecue,
Yeah,
that is not what I'm bringing.
but it's there. It's something like you know,
Someone
will
bring,
be- yes,
and that is
yes.
the person that no one wants to be there.
no, it has to be at least a 55-year-old female relative.
I will
Potato salad.
I will say
White
this:
female relative.
potato salad has an extraordinarily low floor,
Yeah,
and I don't think a lot of people can do better than that.
low ceiling.
But I've had some really good potato salad.
See,
It's few and far between,
Yeah.
and unsurprisingly, it's better when it's fresh because basically all the ingredients but the potato spoil quickly.
Yeah.
you're saying that mayonnaise and hard-boiled eggs out for 4 hours in the middle of the
Right.
park?
Why
Yeah.
it's terrible for barbecues is it just spoils that much faster. It's
Right,
in
no,
the direct sunlight. It's hot
Right.
out.
The thing is, it's like good with barbecue food, but you bring it to a barbecue, it's already a couple hours old, and then you put it in the sunlight. No.
Nah, man.
Yeah, so
Can't do it.
a chilled potato salad can be
Yeah.
really good. I just think that most people don't make it that good, and worse, don't serve it that
Well, here's a trend that a lot of people go to is like, well, I love the warm German potato salad, but it's like if you have warm potatoes and you're adding a bacon and cheese, you're making a hash, man.
Yeah, that is delicious. I've had that. That is different, though.
Oh,
it's not part of the debate.
potato salad. You mean twice baked potato? Yeah, I love that. Cool.
That's definitely not part of the debate.
Yeah, but just to put a bow on this, like I do love the little bit of mustard, a little bit of mayo. Got your potatoes, skin on, hard-boiled egg and celery and onions and some paprika, like a lot of paprika, like Grandma makes. Send it in. That is all.
So you don't like potato salad?
No, I love potato salad.
Oh,
Is this
okay,
what
yeah.
you guys discussed when I got Yinka? Or did you guys?
No, we were actually talking about Peter Pujals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Holy Cross quarterback.
We're in.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Yinka.
Have you seen any of them?
No, no.
Yeah,
No.
okay. Yeah, well, so I'm just as lost. Excellent.
Also, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your brother's tryout.
Yeah, no. So, I talked to him a couple days ago and whatnot. Obviously, once the Vikings, made their decision and stuff. He is a tad bit disappointed as far as not being one of the guys that they brought in. The quarterback who they converting to fullback is more especially. I mean, I think they have
Johnny Stanton.
I think they have the fullback position pretty much
What a
locked.
name, though. I got to interrupt.
He should be lifting
An
up.
incredible name, and for his name alone, he should stay at quarterback.
Yeah, like he should be.
But-
It's like he's lifting up Jennifer Grey pre-nose job, like in the water.
I guess the good and the bad thing about this is I think I told Arif this. So the day after the last day of the mini camp, one of the assistants, like defensive backs assistants or whatever, was like texting Coolin. It was like, hey, on play 10, you did really good here, but I want you to check the film this to make sure you can change this for tomorrow or whatever. And basically talking to him because he assumed that he was one of the undrafted free agent guys and stuff. And then Coolin was just like, thank you for the opportunity, but, like I was actually just trying out and I wasn't a guy. So, I mean, I think he still has some connections there. Injuries happen, as well as guys continue to get cut.
Are you going to go Jeff Gillooly on the bet?
Probably. That's probably what's going to happen. But no, I think he still has doors open. I haven't talked to him about it in a few days, but we just hope for the best.
Which CFL team, once he joins them, are we going to be adopting as the official?
Yes,
CFL
we
team?
are following this very close on this podcast.
Please
I think
be the Eskimos.
Montreal Alouettes,
I thought I was going to say Alouettes would probably be the team.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That'd be close. You could
Are
drive.
you saying probably because that's the team you know the most?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, that's definitely the team I know.
I was like, or are we getting another inside scoop about which CFL teams have contacted?
no.
You know that the Ottawa Red Blacks were named at like 4:35 on a Friday.
Did you know that their trademark only applies to their name in all caps, and so that they always ask people, and it's official journalistic style, to only use the Red Blacks in all caps.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I mean, who else really is like aiming for that trademark?
I don't know.
No way.
Well,
Rufio's hair from Hook.
that's a weird pull, but okay. It's not even that deep of a. It's just a weird. But I mean, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. That's the Bud Grant team. Montreal Alouettes, of course, is the Carter team, the Duron Carter team.
Is he still there? Or is he not?
I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah.
I think S.J. Green.
Chad Johnson, definitely.
Yeah, Chad Johnson.
Yeah, Chad Johnson was there. Do you think
Which team
that's
is
the
Drew
reputation in the CFL is that they always get like kind of the eyeballs with the weird signings and stuff like that?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why I know them as well as I do.
Then I get it worked.
All right, listen up here, guys. It's 12 on 12 for 65 minutes. We're going to cover every blade of grass in this 110-yard field.
All right, so this is
CFL is weird, but it's so
2016.
entertaining. How do you even play DB in the CFL? Like, the receivers get a running
They
start.
get a running start. It's awful, and that's why it was so difficult to scout Duron Carter. Like the one time I was like,
It's like, oh, he's really good.
Motivated to do something
He can
like that.
start every time.
You can't backpedal. You just start with your back facing the wide receiver, so you can.
yeah.
Does Terrence Newman do it for a year just to be like, I can do it?
Play in CFL.
Yeah.
Well, I can do it.
Yeah.
But back to breakdown position by position. Is it possible, since Cousins is the guy financially, Trevor Siemian is a great veteran backup,
He's the guy financially.
that if they have to free up a roster slot, even though they love Kyle Sluter to death, he gone.
Okay, wait, no, say that all again.
They roll two quarterbacks. So
Yeah, if they go two QBs, since it's Cousins and Simeon, and even though they like Slaughter, if they need to free up a roster spot,
You think
deuces.
Simeon doesn't have that much guaranteed money, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
you trade it for him.
and it's the same agent.
But did you use like what, a 6th-round pick for him?
yeah, but I still feel like they've got more invested in him than in
he's also
Sluter.
made 24 starts, right, in the NFL?
Yeah, I guess.
It's pretty good for a 7th rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it would be it for Sluter. I mean, it like depends, right? Obviously,
Back to tight
like,
end.
Yours. But yeah, it would like depend obviously on like the state of the rest of the roster. Like if they've got 4 tight ends, like buy Blake Bell, right?
Yeah.
Or if they've got like 7 receivers, buy Stacey Coley, right?
I thought you were going to say by Kyle Rudolph when you were talking about.
Yeah, I got Tyler Conklin, man.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry.
Also, like, this is a bit of my idiocy. Like, I never put together Kyle Rudolph, Notre Dame, Rudy.
You've never.
I'd never. Like,
Really?
Hand to God. Like, I'd never put that together.
0.
That's
Maybe it's because
very uncharacteristic. I'm disappointed.
I
in
was
you.
blinded by the hamburger helper gloves. I was like, we're having Tuna Nuna surprise. Or
Oh,
I don't know.
You know who plays for the Montreal Alouettes? Josh Freeman.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I was
Right,
going to say
that's
like J.B.
right.
Losman or something. It's like quarterbacks. That's so good.
I love that CFL quarterbacks play into like their early 40s as well.
I wish Justin Blackman played in the CFL.
Oh, that'd be great.
It would be great.
Kyle Orton's like somewhere on a depth chart, and he just drinks during the games. He's like, you can't put me in.
He's like, well, you know, I'm not making much money, but except they pay me in Canadian, so it looks like more.
Isn't Kyle Orton hella old too?
Yeah, he's
He's got to be. He's got to be late 30s.
I love that Justin Blackman is still technically a part of the Jaguars.
Yes, forever. He can't play football.
Also, so I was
Kyle
watching.
Orton only 35.
Oh wow.
He was old
Brady's
when he entered
41. Shoot.
the league, right?
Neck beard, baby.
Running back. So RB3 is pretty much the spot up for grabs. Mac Brown, they claimed him last year, carried him. BFFs of Kirk Cousins, whatever that means. Mike Boone,
That's right, yeah.
Spark, God, measurables, similar, better in some aspects than Jerick McKinnon. I know the reflex and numbers. I like Rock Thomas.
I think so. I mean, I'm really excited by what Boone has to offer. I think. I'm always a big fan of that kind of athleticism, but I think that Rock Thomas is a better back.
Yeah,
and so I think he's probably got the best chance.
Yeah,
between Brown and Boone. I don't know. Like Thomas has a better capability to fill in if somebody gets injured, which I think is a big part of selecting this like complementary back, is that you don't just want like a pass catcher.
Yep. But Arif, we have to replace the very specific attributes of Jerick McKinnon. That is how these
the
things
Vikings never really used.
Yeah.
at all.
Right.
But you like to have it there.
You like to have it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hadn't thought about that.
Yinka, who do you like at running back 3?
I do like Rock Thomas. I'm with Arif where I feel like he is kind of more of a complete back when you look at the 3. Upside with Brown, or not Brown. Boone.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But it does seem like they have invested a little bit in Mac Brown. So I mean that might give him the slight edge. He might get some of the initial carries, the first team reps to start off. But then afterwards, we'll see how it goes in the preseason.
I feel like do you guys remember the movie He Got Game?
Yeah.
All right, so Ray Allen has a cousin who plays point guard on the team. He's this little annoying guy. I think his name is Pee Wee. Petey, something like that. I feel like that's Mac Brown, and Kirk Cousins is Ray Allen in this situation, where he just like flies around like a gnat, is like the hype man.
He's a Shuttleworth, right?
Yeah,
that's Ray Allen. Yeah.
Tom Compton is the center on the team, who is an actual NBA player. I forget his name. John Thomas was on the team, though. But anyways, wide receiver. I know that everyone is hyping up Jake Winicki because #OneOfUs, Thielen, that whole roster thing. But I like Jeff Badette's straight line speed as the returner. And also,
is Jake Winicki from?
Maplewood or Maple Grove?
He just doesn't sound like a Midwestern when you hear him talk. He seems like
Canadian.
What?
Canadian?
Maybe, or maybe even like West Coast.
But my guy, Corey Robertson, because of that ass. He's thick.
He is thick with 2 C's.
Are they going to call whoever like the best of these guys? Are they going to call him Mr. Mankato still, or is that going to be?
I think they should.
That's
just for continuity and for shit.
Yeah, it's up for grabs right now.
Yeah, I think they're having that discussion.
Or Mr. TCO
over at because it's a 1500 thing, right? I think they're having that discussion right now.
I like that there's like a committee and like seance and like
it's a secret committee,
parliamentary procedures on it,
right?
And everyone just seals it away. Yeah, Mr. Mankato, whatever. But
you think Collar will have say in it?
I think he will.
It's like
I think
it's like
his say won't be very.
It's like Judd, Gessling, and then Kramer.
Kramer participates,
and then it used to be Venzel was in the thick of things.
Maybe he'll call in. Yeah. But the wide receiver group. Tell me if I'm wrong here. I feel like beyond Thielen and Diggs, whatever happens beyond that would not shock me.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if they say cut Kendall Wright, I think that wouldn't shock me. But I think he's got the best chance out of everybody to be a significant contributor at wide receiver 3.
Yep. We know one thing: Caleb Jones will be on the team for 4 weeks. Which is like, honestly, if you want to hang around on a team, like, you're not going to get paid, but I mean, you have to be really bad for them to cut you if you're going to be suspended.
At that point,
that's true. Yeah,
especially with 75 cuts gone.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was really smart on Caleb Jones's part.
Yeah.
Just to get suspended.
I don't know if I'm going to get cut or
you
not.
You really want me? You really want me?
That's actually advice that he got from Zay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is that really what happened throughout that whole fiasco going on?
It's just so weird.
That was crazy stuff.
One of the tryouts who got a 90-man roster spot, Chad Beebe, who...
Yeah, and
we're going to hear 8 million things about him.
Yeah, I actually talked about him with Cooley. He's very short, but explosive and fast as hell, like quick as hell. So
yeah, not fast, quick as hell.
Quick, yeah, quick, not fast.
Here's my thing: like, he obviously showed something over the weekend, but I mean, he's a guy who's dealt with injuries at Northern Illinois. Not an overly great punt returner, not really fast, doesn't have the size. But other than that, he's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't really any, I'm trying not to speak through bias, but I'm probably going to speak through bias. There wasn't really anybody of the signings where I'm just like, Yeah, I get it. Why this guy over my brother got picked. You know? Yeah. But
I mean, in some instances, speaking broadly, they do have a very filled out roster. They're probably not getting the best of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need to bring in competition for Tavares King.
Well, because the second thing is
Jackson.
when I talked to him, actually, one of the safeties got injured after the first day, which forced Kumle into more reps on the second and third day. And I asked him, like, hey, did you like kind of put forth like you can play nickel? And he's just like, well, the issue was because that safety got hurt, they were really like low on depth at that position. So by the time he got in with the second team, he couldn't just slide into nickel because there was no one to play on the third team or whatever. So
they should turn UDFA rookie tryouts into a TV show, like reality show. Where
I think they should.
Yeah, they really should. Yeah,
like guys who didn't get past the first day. It's like, please, Turk wants to see you. Bring a playbook.
Cedric
this
Thompson,
is a sheet of paper.
Cedric Thompson does
a sheet of paper,
like a weekly like YouTube like video and stuff. He does that stuff.
Oh yeah,
but he does that and it follows his journey.
Those are the best guys in Hard Knocks, unless you have a very compelling like starter or something like that. Because you always feel bad when they like get cut.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that cool guy. You're like, oh, he made it.
Yeah,
I like that dude.
Yeah, super sad when you get to see like a video in their home with their wife. Or
do you remember Tampa where the guy just left? He's like in Miami, like with their playbooks.
Do you remember the one with Herm Edwards and the Chiefs when they were still at River Falls? And it was mainly based around Brody Croyle, the Alabama quarterback.
Oh, man.
And like they did a big profile with his wife and stuff. She was like, all right, good luck, baby. And it's like, yeah, he's going to suck. Sorry. It's okay. Tight ends, someone who does not suck. Tyler Gronklin, bring it on. They could carry 4. Depends what happens with the fullback spot. But, I mean,
I wouldn't be happy if they carried 4.
I feel like it's basically a chalk. Like it's Rudolph, it's Morgan, it's Conklin. That's about it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just like, what are we really going to get out of 4 tight ends, you know? Because I would just be, well, maybe you should have just drafted a tight end with a little bit more upside and can do more things than having.
You got Aviante Collins and Brian O'Neill. You got 5 tight ends.
Exactly.
Just go.
I am really waiting for them to use Brian O'Neill as an eligible receiver. That's going to be amazing.
Well, here's the thing. This is how fans work. Like Brian O'Neill, like could be forced into like spot duty at like right tackle, TJ Clemmings style. Be terrible, have like a 42 PFF grade, except have one trick play where he catches the touchdowns. The fans would be like, see, there we go.
I asked him after we drafted him when we were on the conference call with him, like if he was willing to be the top spot tight end if we ever needed him to.
Yeah.
And he said he would.
I mean, of course. What else is he going to say? No, I refuse.
I wanted him to show a little personality.
Like Lamar Jackson, I'm not changing positions. Screw you guys. Screw the media. Hate you already. Yeah. Speaking of the O-line, I don't know who the 9 are going to be. That's why I think they're my career 10. Also, I think Colby Gossett going to start week 1.
I'm still really worried about
I think there's a decent chance that he could, yeah.
Just because of right guard versus what O'Neal would be asked to play one of the tackles. Like, Gossett, I mean, he's already got the NFL level strength. Plug him in. It's all good. Him or Isidore. I
just worried about him facing Aaron Donald. I just do. It's not going to be pretty. I mean, it's not really pretty against really anybody against Aaron Donald, but...
Yeah. I mean, we could have Will Hernandez or Austin Corbett starting week 1 at right guard, and it's like, oh, yeah, here comes Aaron Donald. Best of luck.
Arif, did you have Connor Williams playing tackle? Or did you have him at right guard?
I think it would be better for him in the long run to play tackle because I think he's a better tackle. I think for the Vikings, I wouldn't have minded whichever one they ended up picking for him.
I had him at right tackle and then kicking Remmers inside.
Yeah, no, I think that makes the most sense. But, I mean, if it was Remmers at tackle and Williams at guard, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Is Remmers at a guard spot in 2 years?
Is he
or does he just remain at right tackle?
No, I think he's playing for another team at tackle.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, is Remmers even on the team in 2 years?
Yeah. So
that's a long time away. Man, things travel fast. Like Danielle Hunter's about to cash in. He's only 23.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, no big deal. Right now, in May, give me your starting 5.
Offense line?
Yeah.
I have Reef, I have Easton, I have Elfline, I have Isadora, and then I have Remmers.
Yeah, I'm switching right guard to Remmers and right tackle to Hill.
I'm going to go with Yinkas, except give me Colby Gossett, the pride of Appalachian State, instead of Isadora.
I like him for his draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an avenue to start, and I think he's got less... His development curve, so they're both developmental offensive linemen. His development curve, I think, is something that can be, not necessarily will be, resolved sooner than Brian O'Neill's.
Oh, okay.
In terms of like which of those two linemen are going to start first, because I think his are mostly technical, especially with regards to some of the other zone blocks that he didn't perform at Appalachian State, and with pass protection where he's not. Where his results are good, like statistically he's a good pass protector, but like where the offense that he was in didn't ask him to do the full range of the kind of stuff that you'd be asked to do in pass protection. But I think that with O'Neill, it's time is an ingredient, right? Because he has to gain strength and add weight, good weight, and then also resolve some technical concerns.
Yeah.
So I think that Gossett might have faster starting velocity. I would still be a little bit worried, but I think there's a lot of good potential there, unlike, I think, a lot of late-round guard picks.
How would you feel, I guess comparatively, how would you feel about the Vikings offensive line if, let's say, Gossett starts at right guard, and then obviously Remmers is at right tackle versus Remmers at left guard, and then O'Neill at right tackle? Like, how would you feel about those different offensive linemen compared?
I mean, it would really depend on what I saw in training camp in the preseason, right? Because I don't think that it's impossible for O'Neill to earn a starting job right away and for it to be a disaster or anything like that. But off the top of my head, I would probably be more concerned with O'Neill playing. But I'm super open to the possibility that he could start quickly and gain good weight quickly.
Except, see, this will launch two narratives. The first one would be like, she told you just get a guard at the end of the draft. And also, Gossett starting it before O'Neill? What a wasted pick.
That's my worry. That, like, Gossett, he's got an easier path to start, right? Because he has to get past Isadora and Compton. Like, whatever, right? And then people will maybe interpret that in that scenario as like, oh, I can't believe the second-round pick can't start, but the sixth-round pick can. It's like, well... It's like different situations.
I hope people are aware enough that O'Neill needs a little time. He needs he needs to work on his deadlift. He needs to eat some grits. He needs to add some weight to that ass.
Does the grits?
Him and Corey Robertson
have sausages in them?
Yeah, and also cheese.
Oh, okay.
And heavy cream.
Gotta have
bring that.
We have standards here.
Yeah, we got to make sure. If you're going to put on that weight.
Speaking of good food, Brian O'Neill wants to add a little poundage with some delicious food. Do you know there's a great place right around the corner serving flippin' good burgers? My Burger, family owned and obsessed over since 2004. That is 14 years? 15. I never know if you should count the first year. Doesn't matter. Yes. Serving made-to-order burgers, hand-pressed to perfection. Burgers are made fresher. They taste better. Bam. Also, hand-dip malt, locally baked gluten-free buns, salads, and sweet potato fries. We'll have to get him, like, triple gluten. Brian O'Neill. Yeah, just add it. My Burger also serves various craft beers. Oh, there we go. Because why? Because everyone loves beer and a burger. It's American. 5 Twin Cities locations, including Stadium Village, Richfield, Calhoun, Skyway, Minneapolis, and a new location, Mac Roveland. That's my favorite, St. Paul for life. Call us homebodies, but we like a local. There's no shame ordering online as well. myburgerusa.com. And here we go. Get a free My Burger gift card. Good for one free burger when you become a Zone Coverage member. So subscribe today. Do that up. I will say the Vikings O-line, like, one injury will be bad. 2, who do you guys want in the top 5?
Do you think it's that because I'm writing a piece right now about how likely it is that the Vikings are going to repeat their defensive performance, and that might end up carrying the team. Do you think that having 2 offensive linemen go down will be so catastrophic for the offense that the defense can't pull them into a bad draft position with missing the playoffs?
I actually had a very extensive conversation with the Climate Pocket fellas, and they are on the side where they love the Mike Hughes pick, and I'm still on the side. They love it, and I'm still on the side where
I'm
just
not
like,
on that podcast.
I'm
Mike Hughes specifically.
I'm still on the side of like I love the player, but I'm not in love with the pick because I feel like even with Trey Waynes and Mac Alexander really not performing very well last season, the Vikings still had one of the top pass coverage defenses in the league last year.
I mean, Waynes ended up performing
he performed better
pretty well in the second half of the season.
Second half of the season. But as far as, over the course of the season, with that, you still had a fairly good, pass defense and whatnot. And the defense overall, third down was historic. But as far as the offensive line, I have to give credit to Case Keenum. Made the offensive line look a lot better than it actually was. Kirk Cousins is not a Case Keenum type person. He's not a person who's going to be somewhat of a magician in the pocket. As it pertains to Kirk Cousins' play, we have seen when maybe more so his offensive line play is really not tip top. That does regress him quite a bit more than a guy like Case Keenum. I'm worried that it would affect Kirk Cousins quite a bit more. And we would probably see closer to that 2016 Kirk Cousins or 2017 Kirk Cousins than we did the 2015 and 2016 Kirk Cousins. So I don't think it'd be catastrophic because I still think the defense is, but I just feel like you're not going to have the marginal gain that you would have had you had gotten a guy.
You're just taking my argument from like literally last week.
Well, I'm synthesizing it into what I'm saying as well.
It was so good.
Right. But no, I just like giving you shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Right, yeah. That's obviously a concern of mine as well. I would say that I think that the offense will struggle a lot in that situation. I don't think it'll be so bad that the offense will take him out of contention for 8-8 or whatever, right?
Last year you saw how the offense struggled once Easton went down, and Easton is no great shakes, but that just
our screening game was basically gone.
Right? Yeah, and I think that actually you're right that speaks to that because Easton wasn't all that great, but the replacements below him were just so less good.
I love how fans at the beginning of free agency are like, we can upgrade from Easton, and then after the draft are like, oh, thank God we still have Easton.
The two spots that concern me the most is left tackle and center. Obviously, who's going to back up Elfline at the end, and is that someone that we feel confident in? Because Nick Easton can kick into center, and then you can find a left guard. And then as far as left tackle, I don't really feel that confident having Rashad Hill kick over to the left tackle position. He's in my opinion, he's more so a right tackle than a left tackle. So that puts you in a position where it's like, where is our depth outside of our starters? And we're still at a point where we don't really have confidence in the five guys who are going to be the starters.
Moving into defense, so we got the edge. We got Everson chilling, Danielle Hunter, of course. Tayshaun Bauer, UDFA prize from last year, showed a little something in the preseason, not much in the regular season, didn't get on the field, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Stephen Weatherly, but you add in Ifeadi Odenigbo, year 2. From reports, apparently he was studly, as much as you can be in shells at rookie camp.
Right.
And then also, Aude Aruna, come on down. Bring it on. Which of these jabronis actually make the roster?
More than one, right? Like,
unless Zimmer was lying about the rotation thing, it's like, we're only having 2 edges.
Well, okay, so
playing all snaps.
This is just like a meme for the Vikings defensive line over the past, because I remember the hockey line rotation. This was back when I think Frazier was the head coach. They talked about a hockey line rotation. And like Jared Allen was still on the team, and it was like, well, he's still taking 1,000 snaps, I guess. People have constantly been talking about the Vikings having a defensive line rotation that plays defensive linemen as many snaps as like the Seahawks or the Eagles do, and it never happens.
Yeah. It hasn't happened since 2009 when Everson Griffin was kicking inside and Jared Allen.
Yeah, right.
Rotating with him.
Which one is more of a trope? The rotation on the edge, or Vikings switching to a 3-4?
or
it's been a while since I've heard 3-4. Maybe it's because of Zimmer, but it's been a while since I've heard 3-4.
Or Mike Zimmer giving up play calling duties.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
You're gonna have to peel it from his cold dead hands.
He experimented with it.
Yeah,
or eyelets.
Techniques and fundamentals. What play is it? Techniques, fundamentals.
I gotta say the defensive line rotation, just because it's been just a little bit since the 3-4 thing.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing it every year for a while, and it was like Everson Griffin can be a 3-4 outside linebacker, which, I mean, maybe, but he's clearly better as a 4-3 end.
Also, roster switchgate. Hercules Mataafa is now a D end on the team's official roster.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I think we just need to chill and just be like, yeah, he's going to be a defensive player until August, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll give him a couple of snaps as defensive tackle just to be like, I mean, let's see what happens?
I mean, why not? Right?
Right.
Oddly enough, Mataafa has a tattoo of Nikita Whitlock's face, right on his lower back.
Mataafa wishes he was athletic as Nikita Whitlock.
When he's not wearing a shirt, it looks like Nikita Whitlock's looking over the fence, like Wilson,
like Wilson from Home Improvement.
Damn it!
It's like, why can't Herc put on 15 pounds and just be an undersized situational interior rusher?
Because maybe he's better if he puts on no pounds and he's an edge rusher. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or loses 10 pounds and is a linebacker.
Yeah. Great thing about Herc, just from little bit I know about his work ethic, get after it. If they asked him to gain 70 pounds, he'd be down for it. Or if they asked him to lose 70 pounds, he'd be like, all right, done. How much you need? 2 weeks? All right.
I'm there.
Just
Brian O'Neill, pay attention.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill, just hang out with Herc. No, that is all. Actually, everyone can hang out with Herc. Why not? May as well talk about linebackers. So, obviously,
we didn't even figure out which defensive ends were going to be on the roster.
Yeah, it doesn't. D tackles too.
The entire defensive line.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sean Bauer, Ade Aruna,
Stephen Weatherly,
and Stephen Weatherly. So I guess Rip Affetti. Which, I mean, he's got another year on the practice squad,
he'll
right?
probably be on the practice squad again.
And then I bet next year Affetti's going to beat out Ade Aruna.
Ooh. And then Aruna goes to practice squad?
Yeah, sure.
When he's 29.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Ade is hella old.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so D-tackle beyond the two crown jewels, Linval and Sheldon Richardson rocking the very svelte 93. I don't really know what's going to go on. Jalen Holmes is going to be in the mix. Jaleel Johnson hopefully gets some run in year 2. Maybe B-Rob is held on in the interior /edge / I don't know.
Is he still technically on the roster?
Yeah.
He's
on the roster.
Making a decision.
They could cut him and save $2.5 million.
Or he could just retire.
Yeah. Just walk up.
I just feel like at some point during OTAs or training camp, it's going to be like, yeah, this isn't working out. Peace.
Is he going to be like Phil Oldholt?
Yeah, well, Oldholt retired after his third consecutive injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know
just
what?
Like that.
I'm good.
Just retire in the middle of camp.
Is this a spot where they're sort of playing chicken where, hey, B-Rob retire, so then you have to pay back some of your signing bonus, or cut me, so then I'm under no obligation to pay you the prorated signing bonus back?
Probably not.
I think they want him back, but in the same capacity that they want Newman back.
I feel like we like Dylan Bradley.
Yeah, I'm whatever.
Southern Miss represent. You got 4 Southern Miss kids now.
Defensive and converted to defensive tackle, I think.
Yeah.
Meh.
That's all. Linebacker, so Barr, Kendricks, Gideon's going to make it. Clearly, Eric Wilson is a stud. I mean, other than that,
relatively speaking, yeah.
Other than that, I feel like it's relatively wide open. Garrett Dooley was a priority free agent. They gave him $45,000.
Yeah.
Also bringing in Herc. Brett Taylor was a UDFA tryout who made the 90, and then also Devontae Downs is a person.
So Devontae Downs is probably just going to go pup IR right away.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about him.
See, that's how you make the roster, just like the suspension.
Right, yeah.
Also, forgot about brothers.
I should have just
you forgot about brothers.
hit Colleen the shin really hard.
I would.
I'm doing this for you.
I'd say brothers is in a little bit of jeopardy. I think Wilson is more likely to make the roster than him, but I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them make it. Brett Taylor, I think, has got a good chance. The Vikings generally give the people who earn tryout contracts over UDFAs have a really high probability of making the roster that year, way more than other UDFAs or even, I think, 7th or 6th round picks.
Because they already showed a little something.
You hurt my feelings right now, man.
I'm sorry. It's math.
It is math.
Yeah. So, your Marcus Sherrills, your CJ Hams, your Adam Thielens, they, make the roster pretty often.
Yep.
So I would pay attention to Brett Taylor.
I'm setting up the music, but we got great hour 2.
No, we're doing it for the game here towards the end. But so cornerback, Holton Hill and Mike Hughes, clearly at 1 and 2. Is Hill, if he stays clean, what percentage he makes the roster?
I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, I think it's really high.
85?
So, but if Holton Hill has a high chance of making the roster, and I think presumably Mac Alexander's got a pretty high chance of making the roster. And so then you've got Mike Hughes, and then they just signed Newman back, and then you got Waynes, and then Rhodes. I mean, that's it. That's by Sherrills.
I don't know if that's by Sherrills though.
You think they'll have 7 cornerbacks?
It could.
No, I don't think so.
Well, if it's
don't cut Sherrills.
What? They've got a punt returner now. They haven't had a punt returner. I guess they had Adam Thielen.
But who's going to do all the other stuff?
Mr. Adam Thielen.
What about all those shirts that they've made? The baggy, baggy long sleeves. What do they do with that now?
Yeah, him and Cordero keep the baggy middle school long sleeve shirt business alive.
You're going to see Kirk Cousins be like, I'll do it. I'll just wear it.
Get Greg Jennings back.
But one of my favorites in the secondary is UDFA Trey Matthews. Come on.
Auburn safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
Terrible in coverage. But other than that, he's great.
Oh, so he's J-Ron.
No, he's finally my money backer. And also, if you see him with a shirt off, like...
this is going good places.
Yeah, Trey Matthews with a shirt off walks into the Vikings locker room, then Daniil Hunter's
and sees Daniil Hunter with a shirt off.
No, Daniil's like, oh, I should probably go work out. That's a good reminder. Yeah.
He's that rocked up?
He's a stud.
What about Sendejo sees his biceps? What does Sendejo think?
Sendejo's like, all right, I'm retiring. Just take 34. You can wear it if you want.
That's ridiculous.
That's good. We're done.
That's ridiculous.
No,
You're
but Matthews, super hard hitter. Going to be down the box. Like, Cam Chancellor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I don't know. Like, he's going to rock someone's world in camp or preseason.
Yeah, in like game 3. Whoa. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 questions. So the first question is, like, do you think Hughes has any chance to potentially win cornerback 2 spot?
No.
No chance at all.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you there.
Barring injury, yeah. Probably not.
Right, yeah. Okay, well, sounds
so
like...
then I guess if you did say he does have an opportunity, I think that actually helps Marcus Sherrills more so for...
Well, they're not going to cut Waynes.
No, I'm not saying...
he won the spot, you're gone.
No, I know, I'm saying...
Take your 5th-year option and get out of here.
No, I'm saying
I'll wear the shirts.
No, I just meant like that they may have more incentive to keep Sherrills around because, if...
In a world where Hughes wins the number 2?
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, but also playing
I don't. I actually don't get this logic.
I feel like Hughes wins the slot job.
Well, yeah.
Also going to be dealing with kickoff duties. So you don't want to expose like a essential starter to all of those duties.
Yeah.
And also Sherrills...
Kind of like how Adam Thielen isn't on special teams anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite the fact that he's probably one of the only special teamers better than Sherrills.
Or how Anthony Barr started on special teams.
Nothing was better than...
Oh, but that was fake.
Yeah, it was fake.
Nothing was better than...
It was really fake.
Do you remember Michael Motti doing like a Raiden across the field?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he still with the Saints?
I'm pretty sure
he is. I think he got re-signed.
Yeah, he's gotten playing time because the Saints have been real bad about getting linebackers.
Also, on special teams, they have like their third quarterback playing, so obviously they need a little...
Oh, yeah, Taysom Hill. Yeah, I was making fun of...
Did he block a punt?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And I also think he did like some Adam Thielen punt protector run stuff, which for some reason is an Adam Thielen thing now. But I think I was making fun of someone bringing up putting Taylor Heineke in special teams, and I was like, you're not going to put a quarterback on special teams. And then 10 minutes, I was watching the Saints game, and then 10 minutes later, Taysom Hill like runs it out of the punt protector position. I was like, well, I should just retire. Screw this.
Well, with the Mike Hughes pick, you probably agree that it's both kind of notice for both Waynes and Mac Alexander. Do you think that's equally, or do you think it's
more about Mac
than anything?
And I think they genuinely think that Hughes can compete on the outside.
Yeah.
But I think they're also committed to the idea of just having those 3 cornerbacks. And so Waynes can still, like, negotiate for a second contract and stay with the team.
But you know that, like, the issue with Waynes is obviously because of his position and flexibility. Like, he can't play in the slot.
Right.
Whereas Mac has proven he already can play on the outside. And he... well, not so much proven at the NFL level, but, that's why you partially why you drafted him, but you wanted him to play in the slot. So he has shown the ability to play both. If Hughes were to win, if he were to lose the slot job to Mac, but still show upside on the outside, that's kind of bad for Waynes because of the lack of inflexibility.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
Like,
I think they would still sign him to a second contract knowing that, we can't put him in the slot. But, I mean, like, you've got
that's
two
less money.
cornerbacks that can move to the inside. Rhodes when he's shadowing, and Hughes because he's Hughes.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't have to worry, I don't think, that much. But Alexander, like, if they just don't have confidence in him, they're just not going to play him. So, they might be... Huge cornerback.
All right, Tom, hit us with the music. We're going to do a quick little gimme the odds to round out hour one. So I'm going to throw out a scenario. You give me the percentage you think it has of paying off. Oh, yeah.
That's what you're looking for?
Yeah, turn it up a little bit.
Jesus.
This is high school all over. Shopping at the Paxson. Good time. All right, give me the odds that the Vikings carry more than 5 wide receivers. No more Cordero. No more Rodney Adams.
Pretty high.
Yeah, I think I would go like 85%.
Ooh.
Yeah, so 6 or 7 receivers. I'd say pretty high. 65%.
Who's the surprise one in your group of making it?
What receivers do we have? Corey Robertson.
Ooh, thick. Yinka?
Thick.
Rip Chad, baby.
Yeah, I guess Corey Robinson would probably be a good one to go with, yeah.
Not Brandon Zyrtec? Generic
Zylstra?
Zyrtec?
Actually, he's pretty good.
I think he might get cut, but he's probably not going to be out of work for very long.
We need to bring some like rough planks of wood and have Zylstra and Chad Beebe have a grid off. Who can make that thing like so baby smooth that you slip on it, like when you're walking on it? But yeah, give me the odds. Oh, give me the odds that Treadwell is one of the receivers.
Isn't one
Oh
of the
my
receivers?
God, I totally forgot about Treadwell.
Yeah.
Not good.
Well, see, now
We got a
you sound like Keenum.
15% chance that Treadwell doesn't make the team this year, which is weird.
Oh, that
sounds
Treadwell doesn't
high,
make
too.
the team?
Does not, yeah. 15 might be high, but yeah.
I think 5.
Yeah, people want to come except he's got like 5 million dead like over the next 2 years. Like it's not ideal.
Yeah,
first round pick,
he's not going to get cut. He's not going to get his 5th-year option.
Also, there's something mental, right? That if he gets cut, goes somewhere else and does well, people are going to be like, well,
I don't
Well,
think.
yeah,
I don't think that's
yeah,
mental.
yeah.
I think that's just Vikings.
Yeah. Or Minnesota sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
People still worried that Ontario Smith's going to make a comeback. Like, he did his time. Next up is give me the odds that the Vikings have 2 UDFA linebackers make the roster. You can include Herc in this too. So you got
Can
Herc.
I include like Eric Wilson?
Yeah, no. All right, so
UDFA rookies.
yeah, so Herc,
Okay.
Dooley, Brett Taylor, the new jabroni. So 2 of those 3 make it.
28%? 15?
10.
10. Like that. Yeah. Next up, give me the odds. Barr, Diggs, and Hunter are all inked by week 1.
Oh, I think that's real low.
Who's the tweeter that did it? Nicholas J. Olson tweeted out a contract structure that would keep all of them.
Yeah, I'd say all 3, I'm at 15%.
All 3, I'm at 45%.
Really? That's kind of high.
Yeah, it is.
Who's the odd man out? Say
Sheldon Richardson.
which is a shame. Right now, before Sheldon's even taken a snap, if you could guarantee they will be on the team for the next 4 years,
If I could guarantee
Diggs or Sheldon?
Diggs.
Diggs has to be your priority.
Barr or Sheldon?
Barr.
I'm not going to ask the last one. We all know. But Hunter.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Give me the odds. Terrence Newman makes a 53.
Oh.
That's a good one.
I like this one.
I think it's kind of 50-50 right now.
I thought he lost a step, like pretty significantly.
Yeah. That's the Boniva.
And I drink more red wine. I remember bringing this up during training camp. I was like, I think Terrence Newman really lost a step, and it's really significant. And people kind of got angry at me, but not as many as I thought would get angry at me.
People always get angry at you, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just throw a take out there and people get angry. But then I think during the season, he kind of demonstrated that it wasn't as significant as it looked during camp. I think he's probably real close to falling off that cliff.
Yeah.
So these odds might be higher than I give it credit for now that I'm thinking about it.
That's why I say 50-50, man. Like, it literally could be a toss-up. You see him, like, that first couple days in camp, and it's just like...
Yeah, any disagreement's going to be splitting hairs, so let's just go 50-50.
Give me the odds that B-Rob makes 53.
Ooh. I just think with maybe the lack of experience...
65. He makes it, yeah.
I think it's around 70.
But it's, I don't think it's a lock by any means.
Yeah. Now, these numbers won't match up, but give me the odds that they both make it.
What, do I just multiply 0.5 by 0.65?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
So the journalist.
Well, you said 65.
Right.
I said 70, so 67 and a half.
I feel like this is a Sesame Street segment.
But, no.
So the Grouch, what are you doing here?
You know, multiplying 0.5 by
No, I know, but I'm just averaging out this two.
Right, the answer is like 30-odd%. Like, that's the answer.
I know
37 and a half. Give me the odds Kai Forbath makes a team not injury or death related, so Carlson sucks.
5%? That sounds high.
Like, I feel like he's going to get cut.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm Kai Forbath or his agent, I'm like begging to get cuts. Like, let me get in camp somewhere.
I mean, that
where I'm
agent
not
is
gonna make a team.
right now tampering.
For
like,
a kicker.
Well, is it tampering now, though?
I think so, because he's on a roster.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's definitely against the
Cut me, Mick.
NFL rules.
Is it a really big disadvantage for a kicker to be with a team that doesn't want him? Because doesn't he kind of do the same thing wherever he goes?
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
he'd want to work with a long snapper in the...
Yeah, no, that part is somewhat significant, but for the most part, kicker coaching is not like schematic in any way; it's technical, and so like maybe the special teams coach you'll find want him to do some different stuff,
okay.
but it's pretty unlikely that it's going to be.
But
that
it's more
significant.
working with whoever's holding and snapping.
Yeah.
Give me the odds that Brian O'Neill starts at right tackle week 1.
20%, maybe higher.
5.
Jeez,
I don't have confidence in Brian O'Neill right now. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Give me the odds the Vikings carry only 2 quarterbacks.
Low.
45, maybe lower.
25.
Last but not least, very nice trope as of late. Give me the odds that Remmer starts any game at guard this year.
Oh, I think that's high. I think that's probably at 85%.
Injury or just that's just how the cookie.
I think it's going to be. Well, I think injury is probably going to force.
Injury
it,
would make the most sense.
Yeah, but I also feel like they're going to go a couple games, and whoever they put at right tackle is going to be awful, and they're going to be like, "Remus, go play guard," so we can have Hill or something like that.
Speaking of awful, we got another hour.
Or yeah.
Of delightfulness. Come on, baby. You know you love it. Listen to hour 2, taking phone calls. We got Twitter questions as well. And shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Plus, subscribe to the Zone Coverage YouTube channel. We're doing up a little video. It's going to be great. It's going to be, who's that guy from Hogan's Heroes who got murdered filming porno? Bob something?
It was just Hogan, right?
No, like his real name.
No, I know, but I'm just the guy who played Hogan. Yeah.
He got murdered with a tripod while he's filming some freaky stuff.
Why are we bringing this up?
I think Andy watched this last night.
No.
What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds?
I remember this as like a kid. Like there was a made-for-TV movie about it starring Greg Kinnear.
Good grief.
It was terrible, but awesome. That is all. So yeah, subscribe to Zone Coverage. Otherwise, Bob gets it again. Yeah. But for Arif and Yinka and Tom, I'm Andy. Say, hey, no, sorry, but was our team.